Hi, I'm doing an update on the ball machine. I've got it running on the computer's running it right now. As you can see, it's going through its code. It's going through I've programmed it to go through I think 35 levels as of right now. And it's working pretty well. So last time I talked to you guys about I was using the encoders to do the directions, and I was planning on recording these positions on these using the Arduino, but I ran into some issues. The Arduino just isn't powerful enough. It's laggy. It just can't handle all of the data coming in, and so I thought of something different that maybe wouldn't use as much data, and I came up with using I was thinking of using a joystick, because with a joystick, instead of just sending it with the encoder, it sends a bunch of numbers like a positioning number, but with a joystick it's sending between 0 and 1023 is I think it's like a 10-bit number, and so I was assuming that because it's a finite number, that Arduino would be able to handle it. But again, I ran into some issues, and it was just laggy, and you just couldn't play the game. And so I've decided to use some G code. So I'm just sending the stepper motors G code, just certain positions, and they use G code for doing CNC machining, and I'm just using it in this way to solve the puzzle. And so as you can see, it's running the course pretty well, and it gets through it, I would say, at least 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time it falls off, and sometimes it'll have hiccups where just randomly it'll just fall off, and I think it's just because of just little differences in maybe the power supply or the stepper motors, or even the tension in the pulleys and different things like that. But I've got it to the point where it's pretty reliable, and it can get you through most of the course without falling off. As you can see, I'm coming close to the end. We'll see if it can make it. So you can see the ball right there. We're on close to the last level. So it's just gonna tilt down. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. Sorry. Tilts down, come back over, come back up. And it'll finish. Now the reason why it did that at the end, where it kind of went, kind of fell on its own, that's because I have the enable pin hooked up. So this orange pin, so what it does is that when the code is done running, the Arduino sends information to disable the stepper motors so that there's no movement in them. So that's why it fell. It wasn't supposed to. I just forgot to unplug it, but you can see it made it through the course, and so pretty cool. And I can show you guys how I start it. So I have it starting. Actually, what I'm gonna have to do is this is the coordinates, but I'm gonna need to change it so it gets to its origin. Now the origin's gonna be a little bit off because of what just happened when it fell on its own, but I'll be able to fix it, and I can just show you guys the first maybe couple levels, and we'll see how well it does. So this is the beginning. I have it just so that it is level in this axis, and then I just line up that little hole with that axis right there. And so that's the beginning position, and then I can take out this. So right now it's locked in, the stepper motors are enabled. Come over here, I can just reset the code, and then I can send it, and it'll do its thing and go through all of the code. So it'll pick the ball up, go to the next coordinate, come down, and hopefully get itself through all of the positions. So you can see right there, it just crossed that bridge, and now it's coming up. Now this is the one part that I did have challenges with. It loves to fall off in this area, but I think I've got it to a point where it'll make it at least 80% of the time. It's not always gonna make it, and I don't know if there's anything I can do about that, but I can try my best, maybe changing the feed rate and trying to change some different parameters. But other than that, it's pretty good for right now. And I'm still using a small 60 tooth. So this is 60 teeth. I used to have a 100 tooth pulley to help with the torque. I actually made this one because the other one that I had, the teeth on it didn't mesh properly with the band that I had. So I machined this out, and I wanted to put it on here, but I've just been using this, and it's been working great. You have to turn up the amperage on it because of the torque. There's so much weight, as I talked about in the other video. But right now the stepper motor is just warm. It's not hot, and it's on. I believe it's the peak current that I have it set at is 2.2 amps for this one. For this stepper motor, it's back here. I think it's at 1.2 amps. So that one hardly even gets warm, but this one's doing a lot of the work, trying to balance out all that weight of the of the stepper motor and of the frame. So yeah, pretty awesome. I'll put in a time lapse of it going through its motions, which will be pretty cool. But other than that, it's coming along great, and it's working pretty well, and it's pretty fun to watch it do its thing. I can turn it on and have it run. I can walk away, and I can get on Facebook or Instagram and just let it do its thing. This is a part that's sometimes a challenge for it. As you can see, it's kind of come across right there. Yeah, sometimes it falls off, and I can change that in the code. I can have it move quicker so the ball won't have a chance to roll off. But it looks like we're coming close to the end. Hopefully it'll make it so you guys can see. Last time I ran it, it got stuck right here. But I think it's gonna make it. I have it doing a slow feed rate right now just because I was just kind of testing it to see what was happening, what was stopping the ball from going, but looks like it made it. And I think it's gonna get to the end here. Yep. So now it'll stop. Program's done. And it's just gonna hold that position. But the cool thing is now I'm not gonna have to start the program over. I'm not gonna have to start at the beginning each time. There's a little practice slot here that I can enter, and I can have the ball start here now. So I can make a new program that'll start at practice A and make it to practice B. Practice B I think is over on this side. But that'll save a lot of time, and then I can just mesh those two programs together to have it one seamless program. So the video cut out, but as I was explaining, I would mesh those two programs together to make it one seamless program, so that the ball will go from the very start to the very end in one go, and that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. So thanks for watching. Thanks. Keep you guys posted on any updates. Looks like we're getting there. We're getting it working, and pretty cool to see it all coming together. And so I hope you enjoy this time lapse of the ball game.
They say live in the moment, taking every feeling with heart, dig all the motion. Waking up is never enough. I thought I told ya, faulty walls are filling me up. I cross an ocean just to hear a syllable off. Cause there's a lot of trouble brewing in this colony land. I've seen a lot of love ruin, that's biology, man. But we just taking it, we making no apology, man. To be homogenous, to me it seems so obvious, yeah. Alright, we live our life in the open, with every minute loud, every drop in the ocean. It's hopeless, and then the lines are broken atrociously when every sin applies socially.